Pick 'em pie, big gun Brian Petrie, giving out the lot. One is mortal, you know it won't miss. Gonna take a shot, dog lock, that's the underdog. Yeah, they in the hunt. Send them home, let's KO or submission. Yeah, somebody done. Slime ball, yeah, that's the parlay. We gon' make it known. Pick 'em pie from MMA tapes. Yeah, let's get it going.
What's up with the what's up, my guy? I grew up with my guy right here, David Logan, in the chat. What's up, D-Lo? Hopefully everything's good. My guy had some trouble a couple months ago. Hopefully everything's good with you. Paku MMA's here. What's up, baby? And then Trendaddy going to support the LFA like he always does. He will not be in the chat giving us the most updated lines. But we see you, Trent. We see you, Trent, and we miss you, buddy. Listen, I had to do an impromptu fuck it, let's go live. Was going to record it earlier this week. Was going to put out another one earlier this week, recapping the fights I went to this weekend. Life gets in your way. I shared a picture of my mother's leg on Twitter. If you have seen that, it's not great, right? She has an infection in her leg, and we have to every week, every Tuesday, go see a wound care specialist. So if you haven't seen that, go pop on Brian Peach MMA on Twitter. I have censored it, so if you're a little queasy in the stomach, you don't see it. But it's, believe it or not, it's getting better. You know what I mean? But it was worse than that. It's getting better somehow. At least that's what the doctor says. And by the way, this doctor's a fucking hunk, right? He walks in a room all hunked out. I'm like, get out of here, dude. No, listen, this card is not great. This card's fights are dropping like flies, like the main event, like the new co-main event. The rest of it's just kind of whatever. It was really tough for me to build a slime ball, but we got it done. Green Hammer got it done. Locks got it done. Let's see if we can get some winner next week's MSG, boys. Next week's MSG. And then Mason Law's in the chat. Mason Law just hit me up. I don't want to expose my guy, what he's going through personally. However, this dude's going through a lot right now. He's saying prayers up to mama. Prayers up to you, my guy. He hit me up right before we got on here, and he said this is a good way to take his mind off it. Hopefully so. Hopefully so. You're the man, Mason Law. I know you've been a supporter of mine forever in your first class, dude. So sorry that you're going through what you're going through. But yeah, so last weekend I went and sponsored a fighter, Hunter Frazier, down in Newport, Kentucky at Limitless FC. Robbie Maloff holds the event. Robbie Maloff is like a jiu-jitsu prodigy from Cincinnati. Was next up, going to be a big MMA star. Really didn't focus on MMA. Went to jiu-jitsu route, has a ton of medals, and then was going to fight Saturday, but his opponent pulled out or didn't show up or some shit like that. I don't know. But he still hosted the event. And I got reached out by Jake McElfresh. If I'm pronouncing your name right, I hope so, Jake. Been a fan for a little bit. He reached out and said, yo, I got this guy Hunter. He's fighting a second amateur fight. Love to sponsor him. I've told the story. So I went to the fights and watched Hunter. I was on his shorts. I think I shared a picture of my logo on his shorts. It's very dope. Hunter, unfortunately, did not get the win. I met Jake, which is great. Met Hunter after the fight. Saw Hunter's mom screaming her lungs out and supporting her son, which is great. But yeah, Hunter fell short. He dropped the dude. 3-0 dude in the first round. 3-0 dude from North Carolina, which is a beautiful state. Drops him in the first round, almost has him out, but then, listen, this is the second fight. You're going to learn from it. He was rushing a little bit, got a little tired, and then the dude he fought is Noah Crowley. Was that his name? I can't remember his name. Either way, he was okay. He was decent. He was tough. I mean, he took a big shot from Hunter, and he rebounded well and won in the second round. You don't really see a lot of amateurs get dropped and come back and win, so shout out the dude that Hunter fought. Hunter's a savage. He's got the right mindset for it, and hopefully he continues and just gets better or whatever. And he was a little undersized as well. Like the dude he fought was much bigger than him. I think Hunter, who's pretty beefy, right? He's jacked up. He's got some of those beach muscles. I think 170 might be the right place for him, 170 pounds. He fought at 185. I believe 205 was his debut. Clearly got power, clearly has the heart for this, has some I don't know him all that well, but from when I read about him and seen on social media, he had a little bit of a trouble beginning, and now he's trying to make something of himself, which how can you not support that? So shout out Hunter. Great performance there. Fight of the night, maybe one of them. It was a pretty good card. That might have been the fight of the night. So shout out Hunter Frazier for stepping in there. It takes balls to do that, right? And then the funny thing that happened, and it just happened this morning too, which is very, very funny. So I'm a beefy dude, right? Everybody knows I'm beefy. John Anik likes to say I'm 6'5" or whatever the fuck. I'm not, but I'm a big beefy dude. I'm 6'2", 287 pounds right now, right? I'm not a small guy, not in the least bit. I show up at these fights with my wife, and I look at these fucking chairs they have set it out for us. You know, it was a very small venue, and there's these little fucking folding chairs. They're these little white, flimsy-ass plastic, like, wedding folding chairs. And I look at them, and I go, okay, this is going to be a problem for me. Like, in my head, I didn't say it out loud. I didn't say it to my wife. This is going to be a problem for me. These chairs are flimsy as fuck, right? And I'm the biggest guy in this room at this point. No, all these, this is like moms and families sitting in this chair supporting the. So anyway, we sit down, we get some good seats. I got people in front of me, got people behind me. Wife and I are there. And we're there for probably an hour and a half or whatever. And she says, hey, let's go. There's pizza and drinks. She says, I'm going to go get pizza and drinks. So she goes to pizza and drinks. I'm sitting there. I think it's intermission, or maybe there was a fight going on. I think there might have been a fight going on. And I'm sitting there, and all of a sudden I'm just, you know, my legs are crossed, and my hands are like this, right? And I'm watching the fights. And then all of a sudden I feel dizzy. I feel like something's moving. I'm like, why do I feel so what is going on? Am I getting a headache right now? And then my chair just collapsed, dude. My fucking chair broke. I fall into the lap from the dude behind me. I'm like, oh, and I fall on the dude behind me. I jump up so quick, right? I'm not a nimble guy, but I got up so fucking quick. The entire row that was in front of me turns around and looks at me. I wouldn't be surprised if the fucking fighters in the cage looked at me. I popped up like, oh shit, well, that chair's broken. The dude behind me was super cool. He goes, hey bro, we didn't spill the beer, we're good. And so I just swapped out chairs. The whole night I'm on edge. It's like I was basically like fucking hovering over my seat, so I didn't break another one. I did not break another one. But that is just classic. I mean, I don't get embarrassed ever, and I was embarrassed. That was a tough one. My wife is killing herself that she missed it. But today, last little thing before we get into the fights, today I go to my daughter's school. She's off Monday for Veterans Day, and they do. That was gross. Sorry, I had something in my mouth, like a bug or something. Got it. Yeah, David Logan. Something wrong with those chairs for sure, brother. Today we go to my daughter's school, and the second graders were doing a musical for the veterans. So all the veterans got to come, and they got to stand up. If you're the Marines, Air Force, all this, and I'm not a veteran. I'm not brave enough, but I went to support my daughter who was singing in the songs. So we're sitting there, and it's really cool what they're doing. The little second graders are handing out like homemade drawings for the veterans, and they're honoring the veterans, which is fucking awesome. And then this dude behind me who I saw because he kind of came in late, not a big dude, just an older guy. He came and he sat like maybe a row or two behind me. And the next thing you know, after one of the songs, boom, a chair breaks. And I turn around and he's like, oh, and he's on the ground rolling. He had one of those flimsy chairs that I had that broke. And this dude was rolling around the ground. He finally pops up. He's an older guy. He's not that spry. And he goes, oh, I must have had too big of a breakfast because he's not a big guy and this chair just snapped. So the point of the story is, fuck those chairs. Get some new ones. Invest some steel. Weld it better. What are we doing? All right, let's get to the fights. Yeah, so the Sopai fight is off. Timmy Mitchell's in the chat. Timmy Mitchell. Married Timmy Mitchell. Timmy Mitchell, if you guys don't know, this is Timbo. This is the guy who does a podcast with me. Last night, I'm off work all week, so I got to be up late for the fights, right? Or for my Bengals game, right? And Timbo likes to bet the board. He likes to bet Chase 2 touchdowns, Flowers 2 touchdowns. Are the Bengals going to win BP? Are the Ravens going to? He's painting the board. And I think Timbo was having a night and was very angry at the results of the 2-point conversion that the Bengals lost. And I was trying to go to bed. It was well past midnight, and Timbo was on a rant. And it was the greatest thing I've ever seen. I will never, ever dox him, but it is very, very funny. Mason Law, fuck those chairs. That's right. Blues fan, 87. That's my buddy Austin, best man at my wedding right there. He's broken a few chairs in his day. Not by sitting in them, but, banging ladies in them. Guy likes the fucking chairs. Ask him about it, chat. Blues fan 87 likes the fucking chairs. All right, here we go. Melissa Mullen's minus 258 versus Claudia Segula plus 210. Be honest with you, I do not know Claudia Segula all that well. I looked at her record. Decent little record here. She's plus 210. Do you want to start the night off with an underdog shot on the women here? Yeah, you can. You can if that's your game. I'm not. I think Melissa Mullins is pretty tough. English fighter. She's pretty durable in there. She's got some good striking. She's pretty well-rounded. I don't love the number at minus 258. I'm not going to go run the bet out the window. Excuse me. This is like a low level women's MMA fight here. So I'm going to go Melissa Mullins, but I'm not going to fucking, bet the house on it. I'm not going to, put my kids' college tuition on it. But yeah, give me Melissa Mullins. Next up, Trishan Gore, -170 versus Anthony. I believe John Anik says Trocoli. It looks like Trocoli to me, but I trust John Anik. Trocoli +142. And this is Mackenzie Dern's new husband, I believe, who knocked out her old husband, who rides skateboards all around California, right? Debuted against Shara Bullock, got knocked out, getting another shot here. I think he's very average. But Trishan Gore, where's this guy been at? Where's little peanut head been at? This motherfucker, his head's like this big, little peanut head. Where's he been at? 3 years off? Like, what are we doing here? You know what I mean? But low level fight again. I got something in my throat. And I want to go Gore because I think Gore has upside. I saw him on the Contender or the Ultimate Fighter years ago. He's athletic. Yeah, cool. Athletic, power, cool. Learning some chokes, cool. That was 3 fucking years ago. You're 4-2. Where have you been? Give me the dog. Give me Trocoli. If that's how you say his name. I don't know if you guys saw the Anakin Florin yesterday, but I fucking roasted John. I got him good. I don't know if anybody saw it, but Saif Saud, John's good friend. John loves Saif. I don't know Saif Saud. He was on before me, and he kept saying Shavkat, which I know for a fact is Shavkat Rakhmonov, right? But he kept saying Shavkat, right? And if I said Shavkat, Johnny would lay into me, right? Or anybody, Kenny, Cody, Ray, whatever. But the general Saif Saud says Shavkat. All of a sudden, we're all right. We can say what we want, right? So I said something to Johnny in the beginning. Go watch the show. It's very funny. He didn't seem like he was in a good mood, though. I don't know if he took that all well. Either way, give me Trocoli at +142. I just don't know what Peanut Head's been doing. What's he been doing? I know he's in the Carolinas for a while. Has he moved? Has he done anything? I don't follow him on social media. I don't know anything about him. You're giving him a favorable number here. Don't like it. Give me Trocoli. Next up, Cody Stamen +225 versus Damone Blackshear -278. Yeah, Paco MMA, he says, I'm under his boyfriend too. Gore's dog shit, Trocoli long and decent grappling. That's true. He is long and decent grappling. I just, he gets Mackenzie Dern. I'm a happily married man, but man, he gets to go home to Mackenzie Dern every night. It's hard to root for a guy like that. You know what I mean? He can go fuck himself. But Cody Stamen versus Damone Blackshear. Blackshear -278. Stamen +225. They're like very similar to each other, right? They like to strike a little bit. They like to grapple. If you're a striker, they're going to grapple you. If you're a grappler, they're going to match your grappling, but try to strike you. Blackshear, I think, has more finishing ability. But for some reason, when Cody Stamen shows up at +2 whatever, +1 whatever, I fucking blindly bet him because I think he does have a good motor in wrestling. He hasn't proven it in his last couple fights, God damn it. But is he going to prove it now? I don't know. This is an over fight. The over of this is what you're going to want to bet. Let me pull it up for you. Yeah, the over is -395. So if you are a type of dude that wants to throw a parlay together and get a nice juicy number, that could be one leg of the parlay, -395. Because the over's going to hit. These guys are going to finish each other. Cody is pretty steady with not getting finished, and Damone Blackshear is a finisher, but typically on the ground, not much with his hands. He is getting better. He's getting more aggressive. Both these guys are veterans. Overall day, but if a gun to my head, who am I going to pick to win? It's going to be Cody Stamen. I'm going to go to the dog. I'm going to go to plus money, goddammit. I don't care. I'm going to chase it. A fight I'll definitely play with a parlay somewhere in the over. Not going to be slime related, but I'll definitely play the over with a parlay with something I'll probably build on Saturday. And then I'll maybe little fucking spritz on old Cody Stamen at +225. All right, next up we got Charlie Racky, baby. Chuck Buffalo, -162 versus Matthew Sellemsberger, +136. I always tell Timbo, Sellemsberger should be your favorite fighter. He's from Frederick, Maryland, which is very close to where Timbo's from in Virginia. And Timbo just says, fuck Maryland and fuck Sellemsberger. So fuck him, right? I'm not shouting out Frederick, Maryland at all. Sellemsberger's a guy who, listen, this guy could go up. He could look great. He could look powerful. He's got the mullet. Right now, it looks like his haircut got cut by his fucking kid. His hair looks horrible. It's like a grown-out buzz with uneven everywhere. Get the mullet back. Get the long hair back. Get your aura back, bro. You don't have it. Charlie Racky, I know he's coming off a loss to Proest with a brutal body shot, but Proest is a fucking beast, right? I like Chuck Buffalo here. I like Chuck Buffalo a lot. He's going to be Slimeball Cannon number 1. Semi is the man. Come on now. Oh, PC like Semi. What's up, boys? Poppy Pickle 33. I love it. So we got a Simburger here. Semi is the man. Come on now. I actually like Simburger. I don't like him in this fight, though. I'm going Chuck Buffalo. I think Chuck Buffalo, they're very similar fighters. They're grinders. They can mix things up. They can take you down and beat you up. They can beat you up on the feet. They're pressure guys with some big power. I just think Chuck Buffalo has the better nickname, sure. But also he just fucking is just a dog. He's got a little bit of more dog in him. And I'm going to take the dog here at the favorite number. I don't want to confuse you here. The guy with the more dog is getting it, but he's minus 162. And
he's a mortal lock, and I'm going to wheel him.
I'm locking him up too. This card is tough for locks, boys. Tough for locks. I need to get some wins. I'm going Chuck Buffalo as a lock. I mean, you look at the main card, everyone's fucking minus 390 or up. Me locking those up, I'll be some kind of goddamn chump. So, yeah, so I'm going to go Chuck Buffalo, Mortal Lock, boom, in the bank. All right, next up, Alezes, Doseki, Dos Santos, Capoeira. This guy's got 40 fucking names, right? What's his name? Alezi Zalexi. I'm going to say Dos Santos. I've heard Dos Santos before. The guy's a Capoeira guy, minus 700. I got that yesterday. I know this has climbed to probably 900 to 1,000, probably. First, fighting Zach Scrogin, plus 525 is what I got yesterday. I got it right here. I can just look it up. I keep acting like trends there. Yeah, 850 for Zoleki Dos Anjos and 575 for Zachary. Scrogin. Scrogin's a tough name, right? Last name. This is coming from a guy's last name's Petrie. Scrogin's a tough one. Scrogin's undefeated, big kid for this division, taking it on short notice, likes to grapple, but he's fought nobody. I mean, nobody. 6-4, I think, might be his best record that he's fought. Everyone else is like 0-4, 0-1. Yeah, you're getting wins over those guys, but it's just not impressive. I think you got brought up maybe a little too soon. But listen, if this is your foot in the UFC to go get fucking wheel kick knocked out by Dos Anjos, then fucking yeah, sign me up. I'll do it too. You're going to get another shot taking this on short notice unless you miss weight and shit your pants in the cage, and they're not going to do it. So don't miss weight. Don't shit your pants. Go get knocked out. Collect your check, and you're back in there with a full camp. I'm going Zoleki Dos Anjos here. I'm also going
send them home early.
Send them home. I don't even know what the knockout prop is. It wasn't up when I picked this yesterday. They don't have it on DraftKings. If anyone plays a book with a knockout prop, let me know what it is. I bet it's like minus 400. I bet it's insane, but I like those Zoleki Dos Anjos by, I wish I could call my shot. Definitely a head kick knockout. Spinning knockout. Ooh, maybe I'll be biting more off than I could chew, but let me get a knockout there. All right, next up, Cortavis Romanos, minus 218. That's a fun name to say. Versus Gaston Balanos, plus 180. Gaston. The bad guy from the Beauty and the Beast. Oh, Gaston. This is an interesting fight here because Cortavis is a guy that, and they moved this fight up a little bit. Sorry, I'm going a little out of order because they moved this fight up a little bit with the cancellations. But anyway, he fought Ramon Tavares in the Contender Series, got knocked out. Ramon Tavares is a great striker, great striker. Big power. Ramon Tavares, getting knocked out by Tavares isn't the biggest deal in the world to me. He fought Michael Imperio in his Contender Series second fight, and he knocked him down once, had a couple submission attempts, tried everything to finish him, couldn't get him done, looked better. His fights outside the UFC looked pretty good. Balanos, on the other hand, besides his name being Gaston, has a win over Aaron Phillips in his debut, which he looked good, but Aaron Phillips no longer in the UFC, I believe. If he does, he shouldn't be. And then he lost to Marcus McGee by knockout in the second round in not really a competitive fight. But Marcus McGee is a fucking tank. That dude's knocking everybody out. So that's not the worst loss in the world. You're 1-1 in the UFC. I see people taking him at plus money. I'm going to go opposite. I'm going to go Cortavius, excuse me. I like Cortavius in the spot. Minus 218 is tough. Again, we're tough sledding. We're battling it here for this card because this card is tough to build a 3-leg parlay on. I don't want to add props. I don't want to add overs. Those always fuck me in the ass. So I'm going streamline money line parlay. We already got one in Chuck Buffalo. Here's two. Slime ball parlay number 2 is we got Cortavious Romanos against Balanos. This is the one that's going to make me pucker a little bit. This is the one that I'm going to be like, ooh, slime ball's in jeopardy with this one. If it does, hedge, live bet against me, live bet against yourself. Win money at all costs, right? Fuck being right. Fuck saying, hey, I'm, flip if you're going to win. But I do think Cortavious Romanos is just a little bit better than Balanos. I think it's going to be a competitive fight. I think the line maybe should be a little closer. I wish I can get him a little closer to even. And maybe I do. I've already placed my bet, so it doesn't matter. Yeah, he's 218. No movement whatsoever on this line. So go fuck me. All right. My kids are getting me. Gordon Ramos, give me a shot of that. There you go. Quarter stall Ramos. Lazy bad. King of the one-liners. King of the one-liners, lazy bad. The guy's sharp. Karolina Kowalkiewicz next. Plus 410 versus Denise Gomes minus 550. Wow. Wide. You know what I mean? This is a wide line for, listen, Kovakich isn't what she used to be. Was she ever really good? I don't know. But she had a nice little run there, right? And she got motivated. She was retired, then she got motivated. Now she's dropped one. Gomes has fought nobody, though. She's knocking out Yasmin Yaraghi. Cool. Everyone does, right? Gomes has power. Kovakich has volume, more experience. You're hanging a plus 410 on me on a thin card. I know chicks. You know what I mean? Your boy knows chicks. You're hanging 4-1 on a chick fight over Karolina Kowalkiewicz. Yeah, I'm taking the bite. Give it to me.
Okay, this is Dog.
Hello, this is Dog. Yeah, Dog shot here on a 4-1. Fuck it, why not? Let's get loose. Let's get crazy. Karolina Kowalkiewicz, this is going to go over. I don't see her getting finished by Denise unless she gets absolutely fucking beheaded in the first round. I don't see her going over, or I don't see this fight being stopped. I see it going over. I see Kovakich taking over the fight as it goes. Denise Gomes, her best way to win, in my opinion, might be land those big shots and try some takedowns. But I think Kovakich might be the one actually initiating grappling here. And I think she's going to take it to deep waters, and hopefully we get that decision win. Hopefully the judges are smoking some of that shit in Vegas this weekend, because we need it, boys. A 4-1. Let go. Need a big cash. All right, next up, Mansour Abdul Malik minus 395 versus Dusto Todorovich plus 310. Interesting fight here. Malik, green, raw, green. This dude's a definition of a prospect. Physically looks phenomenal. Back just fucking a bag of ropes. Looked pretty good in the Contender Series. Still very green, powerful, athletic. Learning from Eric Nixick in Vegas, which is probably the best coach you can learn from if you're just starting out. One of the best coaches in the game. When you go against Todorovich, who doesn't have a win against anybody currently in the UFC. This guy's a bit of a fraud, right? He's coming off a knee injury over Chris Leroy Duncan, which kind of sucked. He would probably have lost that fight anyway. And he doesn't know what he wants to be. He knocked out Michel Pereira outside the UFC, which is a big win. I think that's really kind of what got him in the UFC. And he just really hasn't been able to replicate that. The power's there, but he doesn't really throw it enough. Technique is not great. And you can overwhelm him, and that's what Malik's going to do. Malik's just going to fucking overwhelm him, pound him out. Kenny Florian is heavy on Malik. He put $900. $900 on Malik, who is a Contender Series guy who would make, if I told Christian I was putting $900 on Malik, a guy from the Contender Series, he would faint. The guy would faint, right? Because Contender Series guys, according to Christian, are all bums, right? That's Christian Costello's theory. I don't think this guy's a bum. I think this guy is green and has ways to win. I like him by KO over Todorovich, which let's chase that number for our boys here. By KO minus 25. See, Vegas is all over it. These lines are steam, dude. For a fight card that's not particularly great, Vegas has steamed everything, man. Crazy. All right, next up, Luna Pinheiro plus 310 versus Jillian Robinson minus 395. Another little chick fight here. Another little lady fight. Your boy knows chicks. Love Jillian Robinson in the spot. I couldn't put her in the slime ball, and I couldn't get there only because of how high the line is. But I think she's going to, when this fight hits the ground, she'll dominate. On the feet, I think she's going to be okay. Pinheiro's not bad on the ground. She's scrappy. She's okay. She's got some chops. She's got some jiu-jitsu chops. But I think Jillian Robinson, I mean, when she's not fighting, she's doing grappling tournaments, and This is her life. She lives it. She's gotten so much better from years prior where she's maybe on the fringe of not or being cut from the UFC. But I like her in the spot. I think if she gets the fight to the ground, she dominates. Don't know if we're going to get a submission win or whatever, or a finish win. I think Jillian Robertson dominates. Jillian Robertson by decision is probably where are we at? They moved this one up too. Yeah, they sure did. So the over 2.5 is plus 124. Interesting. The over's plus money. I'm going to take a bite of that. And then Jillian by submission plus 110. I'm going to take a bite of that as well. The over being 2.5, that's interesting. I mean, I know both these females can finish fights, but the over 2. All right. I'm going to take a bite out of both those. Taking a bite out of both of them. I'm going to write that down so I don't fucking mess up come Saturday. So, yeah, sure. All right, next up, co-main event now. My main event. No disrespect to Prates or Magny, but this is my main event. We got Gerald Mear Shark, GM3. Plus 260 versus RDR, Rainier de Ritter, minus 325. Now, your boy used to be, when it was Pride, Strikeforce, UFC, I watched all of them. Bellator, or early on Bellator, like Joe Warren. I still watch Bellator PFL, but I don't watch as much one as I should. I know there's a one card tonight. Ruger's fighting Malkin. Malkin's last guy to beat Ritter. But I don't watch as much as I do watch it. I don't follow it as much as I should. But I get a lot of my kind of insights on fighters that are outside the UFC from Reddit, right? And Reddit was all over de Ritter. And I watched him fight. The only fight I watched him fight was against his last fight against Malkin, where he retired after the third round, just quit, couldn't handle it. And I didn't understand the hype. What the fuck's this guy? You know, there were people on Reddit saying he's gonna beat Izzy. What the fuck's this guy? But when this fight got announced, I went back and rewatched a lot of Ritter's fights, all of them, pretty much everything I could find. He's an interesting cat, 6'4", right? Weirdly built, has a good judo game, striking's decent, long range striking, and his ground game is very good. He's good on top, right? He's decent off the back. You know, he's got some inverted triangles and whatnot, but you can pin him there and really he can get fucked up. However, Jeremy Scar, he likes takedowns and everything, and this could create some scrambles. This could be a fun fight. I feel so un-American. So un-American. I picked Ritter, and I'm slamming him up. Not only am I slamming up, and I hate double dipping in the green. I hate double dipping in the green, baby. Look at this thing. This thing fucking take you out. You know, I don't own a gun, right? I don't own a gun in my home. You know, I got 2 attached to my fucking shoulders. But I tell you what, if anyone breaks in, this is going upside their fucking head so quick, dude. So quick. My dog's a golden doodle. He ain't doing shit, right? But he might piss on him for excitement, but this is going upside your fucking head. Anyway, Green Hammer. And I love this Green Hammer play. It's not a plus 3.5 point spread like I always give you. None of that boring shit. RDR, Rene de Ritter, double chance on DraftKings Sportsbook currently. Double chance to win by knockout or submission, plus 100. A finish is going to happen. And I feel un-American going against Gerald Mearscard, who follows me on Twitter. The mustache is absolutely fucking gorgeous. But I have to. My MMA brain tells me Ritter is just a little bit better kind of everywhere than Gerald. And I'm going Ritter here. I'm going to Ritter. Gerald is an absolute stud. If he wins, I'll be happy for him. I root for him. I like him. But we're talking about money. We're talking about gambling. I gotta go with who I think wins, and that's the Ritter. Listen, I mean, I feel un-American. It makes me feel dirty, but I'm gonna do it. And if you're gonna do something that makes you feel dirty, why not double dip? And double dip, I did with the slime ball and with the Green Hammer. So don't make me a fool, the Ritter. But if you do, then that means Jeremy Mearscard just goes out there and dominates with that fucking mustache like he does. All right, next up, Neil Magny, plus 530 versus Carlos Prates. This line, see if it's moved a little bit. I'm sure it has. Prates minus 800. This is a tough one to play because Prates by KO's minus 400. That's the only way he's going to win. He could win a decision, but I see him knocking out Magny. Magny is something I'm trying to get verbalized, if that's how you say that, in MMA culture. Like, oh, that guy got Magny. Like, Neil Magny just somehow Magny's people, dude. Like, he just grinds you till you can't anymore, and he finishes you. The minute you think, The minute you think you can't, you're just going to dominate this guy. You don't. He's been around since 2013. He's got like records in the UFC. People don't realize that, right? It's crazy. I can't get away from Proest, but minus 800 is tough. I try to play this several ways. I always like playing. I always like playing the main events. I always have a little skin in the game of the main events. I don't like I don't like him by knockout by minus 8 or minus 400. I don't like playing 4-1 props. I think that's crazy. Even if I think that's the most likely outcome, because Magny gets hit a lot now, right? Magny was a guy that he's not going to shoot from the outside. He doesn't have the best takedowns from the outside. He wants to clinch you, wants to beat you up, body lock, work the legs from there. Proest is a motherfucker in the clinch too, right? He's nasty in there. The only thing that Magny's got going for him is Proest, and Kenny brought this up, he's a little lazy in there. He's a little just kind of, and I feel like it's flowy. I feel like he's comfortable in there, but sometimes when you're too comfortable and you're not super sharp and you let things get through like a striker takedown, that could be the only one that you need. And Magny has finished guys on the ground and he grinds you out. He has an unlimited cardio tank, but Proest is the same size as Magny. Magny always is bigger and taller and longer than guys in this division. Proest is the same size. They at the weigh-ins, they look exactly the same. Don't know about reaches or anything, but I bet you they're pretty comparable. And Proest is one of the better southpaws I've seen fight in MMA. He goes for it, dude. Henrik Akberg, Tercios versus Sopai is canceled, brother. Sorry, Henrik. Yeah, I was going to break that down. I was on Sopai for the record, but they got that fight canceled. Tercio had a medical condition after the weigh-ins today. But Proest is southpaw, the straight left hand, and there's everything he brings about it with the head movement, with the aggressiveness, right? Because southpaw's tricky. If you don't spar with a lot of southpaws, it can get tricky. And a lot of southpaws sometimes sit back too much because they're like, the people they're fighting are window watching because they're trying to find an angle to get on the southpaw because it's different. I like the fact that Proest goes, no window watching here. I'm coming after you. I'm going to take a few shots, but guess what? I'm going to land some fucking shots on you. The body knockout that he did over Chuck Buffalo was insane. His left hand over Jingling was insane. I see that happening against Neil Magny, who's 37. Durability has never really been in question, but definitely never been hit by this guy. And this could be a huge letdown. This could be where Neil Magny's the most. So I really would encourage everyone to line up and bet all your fucking bankroll on Carlo Proest at minus 800. I just do not advise you to do that. Maybe a couple bucks on Magny even. But I like Proest big here. I don't know how I'm going to play this. I might do like a Hail Mary parlay where I have like 14 fights. He might be in that because, fuck it. Minus 800 with 14 fights, you're going to get good odds anyway. So don't know what I'm going to do. But I got to play the main event somehow. But Proest is the pick. All right. Just to recap, dog lock, Carolina Kovakich. Send him home is going to be Alessio Zaleski dos Anjos by a head kick is my prediction. Mortal lock, Chuck Buffalo. Chucky Buff. Green Hammer, RDR, Renier de Ritter. Double chance on DraftKings Sportsbook by KO. I can see him TKO and Gerald. See TKO and Gerald on the ground or submission. That's plus money, plus 100. Don't see that fight going to decision at all. And then we got the slime ball parlay, which I should have wrote it down. I have it written down. I want the number. Here we go. RDR. Putting a lot of eggs in the RDR basket. Chuck Buffalo and Cortavius Romanos plus 208. Plus 208. Hey, we're getting in the twos. There's a couple slime balls there that were plus 137. Didn't have a fucking shot, right? So we got a plus 208 slime ball. And it's RDR, Chuck Buffalo, Charles Racky, if you don't know Chuck Buffalo's. If I put Buffalo down and everyone's like, who the fuck is Buffalo? For the people who just maybe tail me, who don't know MMA a lot, it's Charles Racky. And then by those people, I mean the people at my work. And then Cortavius Romanos plus 208. I like it. Do I love it? Yeah, fuck it, I love it. Let's go. And the Green Hammer, I think, is going to hit. I think we're okay. MSG next weekend, right? Sick card. John Jones is back. His shorts look pretty fucking dope. Not going to lie. A couple goats on them. I like that pettiness. I like that shit right there. And that's it, baby. That is it. I am so glad we went through a whole podcast without talking about politics. I'm not a political guy. I know that was my entire Twitter feed, and I only follow MMA and my friends and Cincinnati Bengals stuff, and all I got was fucking political stuff. So I'm so glad we did not get that shit in here because you know what? It's just too much. I'm glad it's over. And I'm glad we're going to win some money this weekend. That's a personal guarantee. If we don't win money, next week's free. How about that? How about that, baby? Anik and Florian will be back on Monday. We're doing a Monday show. I know it was late this week. We did it yesterday. I think John has some traveling to do. So Monday, Anik and Florian, MSG card, UFC 3. Was that 310? What is it? 310, right? Either way, John Jones, Stipe. We're picking that. Michael Chandler, Charles Oliveira. We're picking that Monday. And then my show with the boys, hopefully, Christian and Timbo, will be Thursday. A week from today. Chat, you guys are fucking unbelievable. You guys showed up even when I just kind of threw it up and said, hey, we're going live. You guys delivered. Love every single one of you. Let it go, baby. We're going to win some fights. And we're going to win some money.